Do you guys think that sex work is immoral?
Yeah. Can I comment on that actually?
Go ahead.
So I done a band, but it wasn't like boobs. It was lingerie. Yeah, boobs were out, whatever. I done it, and when I finished it, I felt very degraded. I felt very like, why did I actually do that? Now I know there's girls out there who do that. They don't feel that way. That is perfectly fine. You do you. You feel the way you feel.
So it's been a year since I started my OF and my spicy pages, and I just feel super anxious today, and I wanted to just come on here and share some thoughts on my experience so far. I'm kind of scared to share my actual thoughts, but I just feel the need to say them in case anybody who's following me here has any sort of desire to start this kind of thing. I want to start off by saying that I definitely have a really complicated relationship with this whole thing, and there are things that I appreciate about it and have appreciated about it from the beginning, but if I'm being so honest, there really are so many downsides. I'm trying so hard not to get like super upset while sharing this, but if I'm being honest, my mental health since I've started this has just slowly like been on such a decline.
But 35 plus single women are the unhappiest demo.
And they're on more antidepressants too.
Oh, snap.
Well, I'm already on antidepressants, so what makes a difference?
She's already on.
Well, maybe you wouldn't be if you weren't doing OnlyFans.
Hot take.
So much faith in you. I think if she wasn't making that like 70 plus K a month, she'd definitely be more depressed than she is right now.
Welcome to the Mankey Dating Channel, where we uncover the unfiltered truths about the feminist movement's impact on today's dating market. Yes, we are talking about content creators today, and one specific single mom I've actually been following for a while because this video is so important to the young girls, to the next generation of little girls we are raising, and to the women who don't understand what men actually want in a woman. Let's get into it.
But me personally, like in the future, how like when I have kids and all in the future, and if my kids found out about that, they'll probably get bullied in school. People will be like, oh, your mom done this, your mom done that, and your man as well. He's not going to, if you don't respect yourself and you're selling your body online, I can't speak for everyone, I can just speak for myself. If you're selling your body online like that, there's not a high respect for yourself.
There is not a high respect for yourself. So today, we've got a single mom with 2 younger kids, and of course, no dad in the picture because I'm not sure what happened, who is a content creator. Now listen, I'm not here to downgrade or talk bad about anybody, but it is important for content creators and women who have been in this type of work to understand the effects it is going to have on your children, and this is an example of what I am talking about. I mean, yeah, the girls at school aren't letting her sit at their table, and I don't know what the actual issue is, but I do have a little girl, and I would not want my daughter to sit at a table with these kinds of girls whose mom does this type of work for the internet to see, and who looks like this. And I really don't mean to be so harsh, but you have to understand that as a mom, who your child is spending time with and who their surroundings are has a huge impact on their character. Environment is like huge when you're raising a kid, and I just don't want my daughter to be exposed to these kinds of girls and moms. And you can argue with me or disagree with me, but that's just what it is. But then this mom goes on to say, like I said, nothing like living with your dude for 7 months just to call him, have him accidentally answer you so you hear him with another girl and their kid. Then to find out he's been with her this whole time, in a whole relationship with her while living with you. I'm literally disgusted. It'll just be me and my babies forever, for right now. I mean, she just is not relationship material, maybe. She doesn't want to hear the truth. That's really what it comes down to. She doesn't want the truth. She's side chick material. And it's just probably going to be very unlikely for her to get a guy who actually takes her seriously that she likes. I have to be more clear about that. She'll get a guy to take her seriously, just not a guy that she likes, because that's in the top 20% of men.
Yeah, about 6 months, I started to get super burnt out. And I think a lot of the people who follow me now on this page are like you've probably come from like much older videos, with the spicy page or OF like sort of being the topic. And while I did have such a strong start and it was so much fun in the beginning, after getting burnt out, I started to just feel really differently about like the types of messages that I was getting, and just feeling like sort of the effort that I was putting in. I say there's no amount of money really that you can give me at this point, and I'm like willing to admit this now, to like make me feel like giving myself away in certain aspects, even if they're just a few photos or whatever online. It almost isn't worth it anymore.
The money isn't worth it anymore. Wow. This is what you get for making these kinds of decisions, and I don't think these girls who are signing up for this type of work understand the consequences or the outcomes you get when you show your body off to other people. I mean, truth hurts. And here's the honest truth from Lisa Ann, I think her name is, ex-porn star. She's 60.
Like today, I did a live and it was wild. I would say 400 of the 500 people in there were just making aggressive sexual comments to me, telling me to take my top off. My existence would be different 30 years ago without social media, because I wouldn't be constantly reminded how some people see me.
But that is how people see you. It messes with your mental health. And men don't want a woman who has been marked by other men. That like messes with you mentally, and you can't change biology. Men want an unused, inexperienced woman.
It's hard to describe this because I realize that when I have spoken about OF, that, you know, it's typically been in a light where it's like, you know, it's fun, it's art, you make money, blah, blah, blah. But if I'm being so honest, that really is like the only upside to doing it. Like just the ability to very quickly make extra cash. But I think, again, like just over the course of a few months, of like half a year or so, just going really hard at it, I think I didn't let a lot of like the messages get to me, but I was lying to myself, and I definitely think that it's like really worn on me over time. And it's not to say that I don't have like really good guys on there following me and like monetarily supporting me, even like checking in on me at times where I like, you know, earlier this year I definitely disappeared for a few months, even on here. But even with that, like just realizing that even those people are not people that I would call when I'm having a really hard day just makes it feel just so fake. And I'm not sitting here saying that like I ever got on there to make friends. Let's be honest, it's really just to make money from a bunch of horny men. But I guess I'm just trying to say that just know that if you are a person who's ever been interested in doing this, or if you've like ever been curious about it, there really is just like such a like I feel a little bit dead inside. I feel completely desensitized, and I don't know, like not to sound funny, but I really don't feel any type of like desire or like attraction to men in general.
Because that's what sex work does to you. It messes with your mental health. And men treat you differently when you don't even respect yourself. Easy money comes with consequences. Like, find a guy who's going to pay you $5,000 10 times for this type of work you are doing. I'll wait. Men like variety, and men have a plethora of naked women to look at now with this sexual female liberation movement going on. And once you cross that line of doing work, you're kind of stuck in that side chick category. And last time I checked, women don't like being side chicks. Look at Pinky, for example, complaining about men asking for sexual favors. Don't think just because I post slutty pics that I'm easy prey. I'm picky as hell, and your six-pack and good to you looks won't impress me. I'll take a fatty over a rock-hard body, but not just any fatty. Apparently some fatties are worse than the conceited dudes claiming they're confident. Thing is, confident people don't need or want to brag. Okay, and then we've got this single mom raising her OF subscriptions. Us women, we all deep down want a real relationship and a connection with someone who is going to take care of us and take care of us when we are old. And I know these women are going to be struggling financially in about 10 years when they don't have a man to take care of them and when they are old. So if you haven't checked out my last video for the rising female homeless population, check it out, because we are going to have a retirement crisis. Women are bad with money and don't think long term. The government is not going to be able to take care of these homeless women.
Why expect that from others then? You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're doing that sex work, it's so different for you.
How much money did you make?
So I basically done it like consecutively for like a week. Like literally, I posted for a full week.
Yeah, first week.
In total, first week, I made about 2,000. That was from people being nosy and from people.
So you made 2 rats in the first week.
In 1 week. It was
And
just
you
from
felt
people being.
disrespect.
100. If you've seen the stuff that people would ask you, and even outside of it, even to this day, I don't do it anymore. But people still being like to me, "Oh well, you used to have fans. Like, what was that like? You must be a real freak." No.
She's got the black nails, look. And she doesn't have any tattoos, but those are women that are haunted. Black hearts, black fingernails, tattoos.
Why you give a fuck what they talking about?
It's because I wasn't posting this whole vagina. I wasn't doing the whole thing. You know what I mean?
So you won. You ain't show no nothing, and you made money.
I showed the titties. I showed the titties, but I didn't show nothing else. You know what I mean? And it was kind of to a point where it's like, I thought I could do that when I got onto it.
Do you think
she won money, but she didn't win respect?
I didn't win respect.
Do you think that you should be judged for doing sex work?
To an extent, it does. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, it does speak a lot about yourself. It does. It 100%. Even for me, like when I done it, people knew the type of girl I was. Like I'm very out there. I'm open. I don't care. I'll speak what I speak and say what I say and do what I do. But when I done it, I just didn't expect the big like, whoa. I feel very demoralized.
What did you expect?
I don't know what I expected.
What were you thinking before you did it?
Before I did it, I was like, get the bag, get the money, just get the money. See what all these girls.
Was there someone that influenced you to do it? Or?
Oh yeah, I see all these girls doing it and getting the money. But the one thing I didn't on Instagram, TikTok, some girls I know, and I'm like, girl, get it. If that's what you want to do, that is perfectly fine. Like, do you? Me personally, I couldn't do it like that.
Do you understand if a guy would disqualify you in the future for that?
That was the first thing I said. I can understand how a man would look at me.
And why do you think that you accept that where other girls will call the man misogynistic?
Feelings. They're not using their logic. They're like, how dare you speak about me like that? And it's like, you're taking it so personal. I was like, you obviously must feel a specific way about yourself if that's how you're speaking about a man being misogynistic, because he won't take you up for that.
Exactly. Feelings and misunderstanding of what men actually want in a girl. And men don't want a used bag of goods that everybody is seeing. Like, look at this 22-year-old social media influencer who's looking for a guy over 6 foot, at least 7 inches, and I'm looking for a soulmate. So if you're not that, also have to be jobless so you can come travel the world with me. I do OF so I can support us both. So if you're not down to be my munch, then swipe left. This is not what men want. Go do your traveling, do your experiences, girl, you get it. But it's just, I hope you see the consequences of this, and most women don't understand the after effects of doing this kind of work
anymore. And that's also because of my personal collective experiences that I've had with like dating like the wrong types of men and things like that. But I think with this line of work, you will never catch a man being more honest and more authentic and more real, and not necessarily in a good way, than they are and the way that they present themselves to girls who do stuff that I do. I can't even imagine what it's actually like for real life SWs. Like, I'm sure it's like 50,000 times worse for them. Like, at least to a certain extent, there's like a level of protection for me, just given that I'm like behind a screen, right? Like, I'm never actually gonna like see these guys in person or anything like that. But like, seriously, if I had any type of ability to share like the things that people have said, like the things that people have like the nerve to like DM me with, just like how disgusting they are. And also, I can't even count to you how many times the ones who follow me on Instagram, like when I get curious and nosy sometimes, like I'll go look at their profile and they have like a whole girlfriend or a whole wife, and sometimes even disgustingly enough, they have kids. Sometimes it makes me feel so conflicted with doing this, and a part of me just feels so prideful. Like, I feel like yes, it's been a year, not like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but I do still feel like I'm still so deep in it. And I think I'm just being prideful, but I just feel like, and I just don't want to quit, because I'm just not a quitter. Like, I always see things like to the very end, and I won't quit until I'm physically stopped.
Welcome to the Man Key Dating Channel, where we talk about the feminist movement mixed with female liberation in today's dating market. Please click the subscribe button, please like the video, and be nice as you come along with me on my learning journey as a single mother dating a high value man.